for the various platforms. Excuse me, guys. All up, not quite yet. And we're on. Alrighty. Alrighty. Yep, we're good. Alright, hey everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. So, today we're doing work on the Spitfire Mark 9C AZ models and an old pressing of a excuse me a moment, I'll just get my up. An old pressing of an Airfix page Halifax. I make mention that it's an old pressing because as such this is a bit rugged as it gets, to be honest, and it isn't a good representation of what they put out now. That's why I make that little addendum, appendix, whatever, man, whatever. So now that I've finished explaining and waffling, doing all the sort of shit I do, important first step, people. Yes. Oh. Anybody telling me that coffee is simply not the shit simply does not know what they're talking about. I shall, yes, I'll first look at the light on. Then I'll get you a better view, kids. We'll start there. Let there be light. Now here's our... There we go, perhaps. Yeah, that's probably a bit better. Now, here's our Halifax fuselage. What we're actually waiting on, because we can now pretty much just go do the... You can see it's, as I said, you can see it's a wee bit clunky. That panel of glass just... I wouldn't have thought it was... But you can see here, it's not a great fit. What we'll probably need to do is pegs and all that, with all sorts of shit. But first, we actually need to get the gunners ready. Now, this chap is almost ready, I think. As is his gun turret. So, now, the gun turret itself is not great. That's also going to need a bit of putty on. Not real happy. But as I did say, it's an old clunker. What you gonna do? Now, I reckon, being well, I know this looks like shit, but that's because it's got liquid mask on it. There might be, you know, a wave deal, because I know where the big clunk. Like, Mr. Minpins, how you doing? I'm having a bit of a this piece of canopy here. The guns. Does that help? That's a better fit. Got to get the gun in Now that can actually be done after I pull that into position. We can just go, done. So we can do that. First, however, how you been, by the way, min pins? Let's have a quick look at this chappie. Yeah, we need to do a bit of work on his gun, don't we? We'll do that. Then we'll assemble that. Then we'll yeah, take care of business, I guess. That. But while that's drying, we'll get stuck into the oh yep, feed the animals. You do that, by golly. Now, I shall remove our headless man here. I'm not quite sure why. I guess they put the maybe they put. I can't understand why they actually didn't keep the head on the figure. This goes with the stag hound. It's not part of that, obviously. It's way too big. But hey, I'll lob him with the rest of his body. Imagine hearing that on a phone call. Take that out of context at your peril. Now, utilize this little. I'm having a quick squeeze. Is now. God, that really is a bit rugged. Serious. Be extremely. It would appear is wider than the gaps between the guns could be, and that's what you get. And off he just get better, isn't it? Alright, there's ways and means. Ways and means. 2. Might as well glue him back in. In fact, once he's in, I'll have to glue this into position as well. The guns, or the bit of the gun of the figure I need to paint is not going to take too long. If it's a bit we can see it, I might make that a little more magnified. I think. I'll move the... Here we go. So what we have. Now, that oh well, at least that bit does do what is required. It'll be easy if I put it down. Stable. Looks like it does it. Pretty much. Okay, so one side sort of does and the other side doesn't, and that's the way it's designed. Interesting. Annoying, but interesting. What? Alright. This really is it's frustrating enough you start to wonder, is it worth it? Given that I've got other kits that I know will be easier. I've had similar thoughts on this Spitfire been rather annoying in some capacities. Let's see how we go this time. On March 9th. Maybe what a bit of surgery will do. There we go. That'll fit quite nicely in the final analysis. At which point we may as well as get that achieved. Yeah, basically. Wow. Do I need touch-ups on him again. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Now glue. Paper. Oh, am I out of paper towel? I've got some here at least for the time being. I'll need to get very shortly. Kitchen too. There we go. There we go. A bit awkward. No, not necessarily. Can do, I think. This is a very easy one. Boom. There you go. Is it? There we go. He's in. See how that affects. It's still crap, but it's not made more crap by the presence of it. That's fine. We're using some serious putty action. How was fishing? Not bad. Not bad, thank you. We got 6. The numbers, we're not catching as many as we used to, but what that is, and we know why that is, in fact, we're pretty okay with it, is because we're trying to track down, before when we were catching, because we used to catch huge amounts. Remember catching 31 one day. And the thing about that is that a lot of them were young ones, small ones, which are easier to catch and always going to be more numerous. So these days we're actually trying to track down where the bigger ones are, and we're getting a bit more success, which of course means you catch less fish, but better ones. So that was all good. And yeah, we're actually considering, here's something that might be of somewhat interest to you. Well, not as far as participation, but certainly as far as discussion. We're giving fly fishing in fresh water a bit of a thought. Mate reckons he's a bit over the stinkiness of our bait. I've got to say, yeah, it's pretty savage. Yeah, as I've said to a few people, I'm not a religious man, but I know there's a place called hell because the smell of the bait is a little short of infernal. But hey, that's why it's a good bait. That's why we use it. But also, we like to think of we're not shy of a challenge. He's been watching this fishing show, presented by a chick who does fly fishing in the UK. Trout. There are trout in our nearby hills. They've been rivers were stocked when the as they do. Oh, you can hardly hear me. Is that better? There might be one other factor at work. Now you can hear me. Okay. Anyway, we're interested in doing, as I was saying, fly fishing. Trout, because you can do that here. There are trout in the hills. And, well, I have every reason to believe they're a bit of a challenge to do, as is fly fishing in general, I believe. So, yeah, there's some thoughts we're having. But yeah, so fishing was good. We're going to go out again. There's a spot we're trying to get the hang of. It's one of those spots where it appears to us that yes, there's the spot, and then there's knowing how to fish it. And as such, we're we want to spend a whole session there. Normally we do 2 spots in a session. There's a starting spot, and then we have a break, chill out, and usually go somewhere else just to finish off. We're going to spend the whole session there on the weekend. We reckon we might only catch 6 or 7. But they will be better fish than you get from a lot of other spots, and that's what we're keen for. So there you go. There's the fishing report from South Australia with Big Robster. Now, that's him tidied up. I'll let that dry into position. Actually, while that's done there, I may as well as... no, I'll touch up the black on that after. Anyway, wash brush. Now. Next. Gonna let that dry. Then we'll put the that won't take that long. I mean, that's what now? Almost it's 5 to 10 here. So give it 20 or 30 odd minutes. I'm probably more going to wait till that paint dries. Pop him into there. I'll use tweezers for that. Touch up any paintwork. Once that's sufficiently dry, we'll whack the rest of that together. And that's sufficiently dry, put that into there and assemble the fuselage. You can't see what I'm even talking about. Sorry, man. Okay. I've glued that into position. We want that to drop. Well, actually, I want the gunner there, the paint on. So I'll just put him into dry. I'll glue him into there. Once that's done, and that's in turn dried there, we'll assemble the gun position. That might take a few steps. Once that gun position is into there, we can assemble the fuselage. Oh, hey, cutie guy. I'm good, thank you. How are you doing? Now, what we shall do next, whilst we're waiting for that gunner to dry, first I'm going to pop that over to here. Now, let's do some sanding. Perhaps not full sanding. Really. Then we can start looking at prepping Mr. Spitfire for the main coats, and I'll probably start off with the now what colour do they have for this? I have the paint job somewhere. But basically, yeah, the bottom side first is my option. Yeah. Now, to work with this, where did I put? I'm running low on this. I'm a bit grumpy with myself because I should have kept track as to how much I've actually got. Wet and dry. Marvellous stuff in my eyes. Marvellous stuff, mate. So, what I'm going to do, now a bit of paper towel wouldn't hurt to wipe the stuff off as I go along. I have, this is water. Ooh, water. Why is there it on it? Because I didn't want to spill it everywhere. Ha! Yeah, just as well it's not the paint job, hey. So long as it highlights the panel lines, all is good. And all that actually is probably a little more pre-coat on that. The panel lines will still come up nice. That's all I care. Anyway, now I'm going to go get some paper towel and turn off the aircon because it's starting to get a wee bit warm. Yeah, I'm sure those of you in the US are probably getting plenty of warmth at the moment. I know they are in Europe. And I gotta say, seeing some of the temperatures that are going down in Europe makes me a wee bit nervous, frankly. I live in the driest state in Australia, and it also has a very large chunk of desert on it. So, yeah. 40 degrees in the UK. We're looking possibly 50 down here. Yeah. It happens. Well, no, climate change happens, but hey, there we have it. Now, actually, whilst I'm upright, what I should probably get is, I don't really need to worry so much immediately, but I'll get it anyway. I need, or get, the paint job that we're going to start prepping for the final analysis, which is that one. You're probably not going to sort of see that too well, but that's okay. I'll show you in a minute. Because first I want to do the sanding and get that all nice and smooth and looking kind of pretty. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's not so uncommon here. It happens quite not like in a really harsh weather stretch. I remember a few years ago we got a week of now it's 40 degrees Celsius, well in excess of, I think it's about 110. Yeah, it was pretty fucking hot. The bottom line for a week, and you'll get weeks like that, you know. And but as I said, if Europe is starting to get some serious temperatures going on, it's a pretty fair bet that down here in South Australia, the boning will be in full effect. Yeah, that's not too shabby. Doesn't take too much. And this is just with this. I'm going to be a little more thorough with this in a minute. More just to even out the areas. Too shabby either. Hoping a little bit more. No, not yet. I haven't. I'll probably do that before I do the main coats. That won't take long. I'll even do it today. You never know. And you might as well in the final analysis. All the same coat. Yeah, that's better. At the moment, I'm a little more interested in the sanding down these bits so they're a bit more pretty. It's the wet and dry. There we go. Now, not entirely happy with the having to attach the wingtips. Making methodology they've got in operation here, but at the end of the day, if that's what it is. As I said to a few people, I bought the Spitfire on the strength of their 109s, which are good. Actually, not so pretty. Yeah. Once I've got this done, which is almost there, Fairly smooth. Then we'll go down here. God, that's hammered. Get out of it. Actually, the very tip of that part there will fit for us. Before we get down to the hardware store. There we go. There we have him. There we go. Well, it's fairly clean on the whole as far as the whole thing goes. All right. Now, what I'll do, don't really need the water at the moment. I shall pop that over here. Oh, for fuck's sake, there's more there. No, I'll keep that on hand, you never know, I might need it. Now, next on my agenda. What was I going to show you? That's what I was going to show you. Okay, the underside will be medium sea grey. Colour we're looking for. Ocean grey and dark green. Alrighty, kids. So the one we're going to be prepping up for is this one, which, let's not be shy, people. Not much difference. The only difference is that these two have invasion markings. As a quick little aside, moving down to this one, that's Pierre Klosterman. I do actually have that in an Eduard kit that I'm very keen to build, but I require a Holden fold, which I need to get and probably will get fairly soon. And I'll zoom out just a little bit. There we go. There we go, that one. But we're building this one, which is Buzz Burling. It's a pretty standard sort of a paint job, you'd have to say. Ocean grey. Now I think I actually have that out here. Moment. It's khaki grey. No, I've put them away. Heaven forfend. I know I've got all the colours for the job because I made sure of that. The underside, medium sea grey. Now here's a thing. Have they supplied us with the decal for that stripe, or do we need to paint that? Doesn't matter if we do. You know, whatever. Like as not, I'd have painted it anyway. But so that's sky, which is the same colour as the propeller. All right. Well, what I'm thinking, I wouldn't mind checking very quickly. Give me a moment. Let's have a look at the decal sheet. No, look at this is one of the other a frustration I have with AZ. The how close the decals are together. You have to be pretty tight with your scalpel when you're pulling them out. It's a pain in the ass at times. One thing I will say for some other manufacturers, Airfix is a good one for it, as they give you plenty of space. Okay, so no, that stripe around the end of the fuselage we need to paint on ourselves. That's fine. Look at the final analysis for that. Don't think it's a biggie to just go straight on top of everything else, because that's pretty much how they used to do it apparently. So yeah, we'll do that last. That's not an issue. Tail parts, well, we may as well. Now, what I'm thinking. Here they are. Oh really? They've got this. They think that's they got a supposed to be a little locking pin that goes in with them, but that does not appear to be there. I'll show you what I mean. Check this out. Not happy. Okay, check this out. Now, if you look here, completely flat, but there's a little hole there. I assume that's where there's meant to be a little locking pin. I have seen that on their 109s. However, if you look at said part, you will notice, yes, there's no lock-in pins. And breathe, Robster, and breathe. I do need to check. I mean, it'll be able to be done. That's not a problem. Or is that little slight indented curve the whole deal? You look very closely. There's a little tiny that can't be. If I can see. I reckon they are. All right, hang on. Now, just make sure as I can identify is that top or bottom there. Give me a moment. Here. Apparently they've got two other types as well. What's the difference? Okay. Is the right one. It's fine. I could have identified that earlier. Anyway. And not improving my demeanour on this subject, given that it's already given me a bit of frustration looking at the method of application. Now, let's get back to this. Oh, for fuck's sake, now my jacket's getting caught under the wheels. I mean, really, people? Really? Deary me. And making that as clear as mud, as far as identifying the side is which. Think that's on top. Looks right. All right. So, do that in. Actually, no, might need to do this one at a time instead. One thing finish with the tail bit. We possibly need to. We're going to have to do the magic balance route. Then repeat the process. Not happy Jan. Now, one thing I am going to be able to check though. One of them I can check my other Spitfires to see whether that bit goes up. I think it does. Would it make a difference? Putting that on, probably not. All right. Well, the tail can go on. Rudder area. They will actually sit not so far. Once it's glued here. So at least that's cooperative. Once that's stable, I guess we can consider getting the other parts on. Dearie me, kids. I'll put that up there for the time being. With parts. Now, glue. Let's glue. You guys would not even. Bang, bang. I don't think that may have done too much in the US. That's what I'm saying. Probably never heard of them. Gentle as anything. And yeah, early on in their career, they did this song called "Let's Work." Let's work. Let's work. Let's cook. Let's cook. Let's eat. Strangely, it sold quite well. Okay, so we got the tail piece in place. And we'll let that dry. Then we'll get the rest of the tail position. Pop that over to here. Right. How's he travelling? Not so far. Right. Next. So we'll Jesus, Las Vegas. Please. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm about to have a mouthful of coffee, and the big issue with that is that I'll be out of coffee. Yeah. Scandal. So very shortly I'll be going to get myself another one. Lest there becomes too much blood in my caffeine. I have that sort of behaviour to do that free of charge. Now, actually, I should probably zoom in just a little. Here's what I'm working on. Now, what I'll do. All right. You, Mr. Gunnerman. Oh, Mr. Gunnerman, give me the banana. Belafonte. Position. Yeah, excuse me, guys, I'm talking to myself. It probably would be if I let him. What the hell's happened here? All right. That's not so foul. So yeah, we'll soon be putting the sundry other bits in position so that we can the fuselage. We want that to dry a bit first. Um. Now, do I want to wait a bit longer before putting the front part of that in? There's a question. Gibbs, you can't even see what I'm talking about. See, there's that little area there is where the front of this goes. That looks like to go. That goes there. Size and then the other bits. The other bits I'm talking about. These. Um, so, do that in people. Um, yeah, yeah, I'll do it. I reckon that's stable. Yeah. What I'm going to do is just put a set. All of them in a bit of. Hmm. This I use tweezers. Good to go. it will. It'll be. Yes. What would I be better suited? Probably. There we go. That's how it'll happen. Okay. So it will go on there quite happily even. Oh, let's drop it off now, but it was actually seen quite nicely even without glue. Pretty much like that. Not the perfect. There we go. I'm quietly confident I can put that on there. Yeah, there's a bit of an unevenness there. I should probably get to, I would be well advised to get rid of. I might do. Yes. I'm going to go and I should probably also just generally stand up because I start protesting. Don't. Meantime, something I will quickly check on my own curiosity. In here, aside from having a whole stack of stuff from various kits, no, I don't have. I used to have a pair of Spitfire wheels for my. Wait, I know where I reckon they are. They're very handy for masking. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Out there. Ah, oh, that's rubber bands. Why do I have rubber bands? Because those before I discovered the pegs are better. Yeah. Got a big bag here. I did put a lot of stuff in. And, aha. These are my decals. I thought I had a bag of stuff. Could have sworn I had a bag of stuff. With all sorts of oddments in it. Far more than in the blue box of stuff. Bits. Where have I put said bits? Some of those are really handy for masking. Used them for that before. So I'm a bit curious. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be back very, very shortly. Then we'll glue that on. And whilst I'm taking my break, getting my fresh coffee and loosening my back up, I might see if I can find that bag of bits, because one other spot it might be. I will be back shortly. My apologies, cutie guy. I didn't see your questions there for a moment. I was too busy being absorbed in my own world. That's the tail gunner. On the Halifax, I'll quickly show you. I'll do my thing. Don't know if you're familiar with the Halifax. Okay, obviously here's the central gunner. Tail gunner, it will go into there. Put it like that. The front gunner can be done really late in the piece as far as, at least the front gunner goes into there. Now according to assembly instructions, give me a moment, which are, it's the link, is it? That's the link. Halifax assembly instructions. Here we go. And when do they want us to put the front dude in? It's actually a bit later into the piece, curiously enough, because you see, here we go. He goes in there, quite late. And that part of the canopy goes, and you can see that it goes in really late in the piece. In the final analysis, yeah, that's front gunner goes into there. The Halifax as an aircraft, I don't know if you ever seen one? I'll quickly show you a picture. And then I'll take my break. Halifax is a strange looking bird to a point. There, that's what they look like in the final analysis. I mean, that's the box art anyway. But yeah, so there's our front gunner position there. In many ways, I think the Halifax is perhaps best described as the bigger brother of the Hampton, which again you may not be familiar with. Now, the Hampton, because I have built one, so I'll bring one down to show you, is a medium bomber, like so. You can see the similarity in the structure, the same narrow fuselage. The propellers are similar. Front gunner, they don't, obviously a medium bomber doesn't have a tail rear gunner and da-da-da. But you can see the similarities. Or at least I can. Actually, a better way to illustrate similarities. You just look at the fuselage. Moment. Now, bearing in mind, of course, the Halifax has 4 engines as opposed to 2. But you can see that's quite narrow, as is that. They have a similar front canopy. There's the Halifax, and there obviously is the Hampton. So you can see the similarities in the design. I believe they have the same designer as well, and they're certainly put out by the same company. So there you go. Now, I'm going to take that break I was talking about earlier and loosen my back up for a bit. See if I can find that big bag of bits for masking up stuff, amongst other things. And yeah, I'll be back shortly, guys. All right, chaps, I'm back. I should say that properly. All right, chappies. We're going to try that, chaps. I should do the full Chinless Wonder toffee-nosed English voice, shouldn't I? I say, chaps. I was talking to some friends about. I was just giving them some names of some fighter pilots I'm going to build. There was one they said, now you know, with a name like that, he's going to be English, right? It was Ginger Lacey. And you guys say, yeah, that's so English, it's unbelievable. But yeah, apparently a damn good pilot. I wouldn't call the man a chinless wonder given what he had to do, was prepared to do as far as for his country. So hey, but nonetheless, chaps, one silly bugger at times, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's entirely too many people who take life seriously. I'm mystical. I may have mentioned, don't know if you heard me, or say this, you I reckon Minpins would have. I'm speculating about doing some research, which I may need to do via purchasing, on various types of glue that are now available at varying rates. The idea being that they give different, well, this catalogue basically. There we go. Not quite better. Anyway, yeah, that they explained. There we go. He's in position with the. That's his gun protection plate. I've got Whitehead out there. I'll zoom in. It would appear that most tail gunners have like an armor plate there. You got to say, well, yeah, I would. But most tail gunner positions were made with that apparently, and I can't say I blame them. I want some kind of protection. Jesus. Right. Pretty happy to have that starting to come along. The guns will be a bit of a trick, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, quick thinking, guys. I'm doing some thinking, trust me. Good. Have all my guns. So, rear gunner. And those ones. You're wondering why I'm doing the guns this way rather than what would perhaps be the more conventional, you put them on the gunner and then the canopy goes on. Because this being an old clunker, the it's so cooperative. We have to do a bit of dodgy McDodgy to get get everything in position. Now, with this particular part, there is a gun in position. I know that looks like shit. That's because it's got clear liquid mask on it at the moment. And once that's cleared off, it'll look fine. But I need to get another gun on that. We've that into position on middle gunner, but we can do that later. That's not such an issue. What I actually wouldn't mind doing, put that there, that can go up to there. All right, now Spitfire. Yep. Tail seems quite nicely. That's a really pointy tail. I wonder, I'll do some research to find out whether or not that's a refinement that came in the later models of the Spitfire. Pointier tail. Could be. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, let's get down to business. Now, does tail? That's what I was going to check. And let's see how that correlates to the Spitfire I have constructed. Now, the one I have constructed is a Mark 1, but hopefully that will give us some insight to the matter. The winner is, yeah, that goes top. Strut. Starting to get quite warm. Who would have thunk it? I'm actually going to take my jacket off. Yes, I am. Well, I'm upright. So now I know which way up that little tail bit goes. That was about as clear as mud on the instructions, but that's fine. Got all that happening now. This, I wonder with the bit in place whether that's going to be a bit more cooperative or no, it's still a pain in the brick. There you go. All right. Well, what I normally do in this sort of a situation is those are my ship brushes. I have ship brushes for certain occasions. I do. No, sorry, I should. Okay. There we go. See if I can. Uh, it's a bit suboptimal, isn't it, guys? So if you can see my, well, here's the deal. There's nowhere to, for such a big piece. Okay. Yeah, just have to glue, hold, and be patient. I'll leave you to work out my level of joy on that one, kid. All right, let's stay cool. Mouthful of coffee required for that one. Oh yeah. Now, excuse me. All right. Now then. This is the deal. tail fin. There we go. So let's get some glue on this. Now the fun will commence. Hearing. All right. It's not. All right. Right, that looks like it's gonna settle on. So just let that sit for a bit. Oh, pardon, I didn't know it. Oh, I'm sorry, that was terrible. Now, so many. All right. Well, certainly going to be Halifax stuff. Let's get that down. I think I should check on the Halifax. Okay, I've got to make sure the rear wheel is complete, right, or completely painted. Before I do that, I've got the tyre black. What colour? Is it aluminium? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Rim. Right, is black. Get onto that. Well, that might do. We'll do a bit more gluing shortly. Is that's good. Then we had the issue of guns not being wide enough to go through the gaps, so we've had a little manner of rumbling here. There's a big chunk of sprue coming down the middle. Not going to be perfect. Yeah. We'll use a bit of painting. Always less than. Cannot give me a Hammond. Turn this down enough, I reckon I might out. So I'd probably be better off this. Being a little narrower. Offers a better option, angle perhaps. So maybe a little more. Right, we're getting there. I need to reapply some of it already started coming off. We'll do it on the other one anyway. But at least it gives some security in the the canopy is still intact as far as a clarity perspective. Mostly put it on. I'm going to airbrush that on the outside using liquid mask to ensure the stays. Oh, we might have a bit of luck at last. Let's see how. If I actually get that to fit fairly evenly, I'll actually consider that a good outcome. Session. Too bad. Almost right. I think it's still a bit of sprue hitting the head of the gunner, but mostly bad. Not too bad. In fact, that almost seals. Almost. Right. Now, right day. Certain points where I wouldn't like toothpick. Have a bit of a go at it just to see if I can get it a bit cleaner. Then we will get the guns on. We may as well just do much the same sort of a deal with this guy. Then we're very close to fuselages. I would say that by the time we get this cleaned and guns on, that with guns on, when I get the guns on, I'll put the side panels on. Well, I would say we're very close. There's nothing I can do about that spot there. Screw. Grumpy about it. Hopefully the exterior paint will. How much is I found? Best time to hit the toothpick action when it's still a little damp. Watch it later with a bit more bud. Look in the hole. Yeah, the front's still very realistic. Gonna see the gunner. I'm inclined to think that I'm going to glue the guns. Maybe there's probably no real need to might get in the way with other parts of Now, getting there we go. They'll stay there. See, that one gone. Trixie. Now, this other guy. All right. As long as they stay that way, I'll be okay. Guarantees that they won't. Now these. And that's pretty annoying. Well, that's a little bit annoying. That's it. Right. So that's going to slow us down a little on the front. But, well, now Spitfire. Now, a bit too high up. That's all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. There we go. Now, I guess. I want that to dry fully before I start putting tape and stuff on. So that part of the painting prepping will not happen today. I am, however, fairly pleased. Because, yeah, well, it's got an aircraft there. Who'd have thought? Another thing. Starting to think that. Oh, excuse me, just had a bit of a cough there. I thought you probably didn't need that down the microphone. Given that I want that gunner to dry, this to dry fully before I put tape on it, I'm starting to speculate what else we can do. And that could entail other kits. Also, I'm working predominantly today, these ones today. I do have a lot of other ones. Things I can work on. I should. In fact, I know what we might go on to after this, and it's my bomber resupply kit. A few things I want to prep up there. So that I shit done. Start off with that prepped. Yep. Okay. Glue. You know, you look at them, they really are a beautiful aircraft. I mean, they're not my favourite. There, I said it. My favourite's the 109. But they are a very sexy aircraft. They're dead sexy. Get into my belly. Just trying to get the breeze. I must get right the first time. Here we go. Dry. Correct it a little bit later. Now, next. As I said, I want to let that dry a bit further. Before I put the sides of the gun bay on, which part of this is falling out. I thought I felt that move earlier. Yeah, we can put that on there. One of the inner panels. Okay. Rather now than later, hey? Oops. There we go. That can dry. Oh. That's probably going to slow our advance on that a wee bit, but that. Now there's the other part of that. Now, hold the air dry. Put that up here. There. Fairly clear. Now, where is over there? Now, first a mouthful of coffee. Mm. Now, where is? There is. Yep. All right. Now, yeah, I had a whole shitload of masking to do. Because, yeah, wheels. It's time for the. I think I might as well get all the wheels done in one go. Boom. There's also some standard black I need to get going, but the wheels are probably a bigger thing because with the wheels done, I've almost completed the tractor, and I will have be able to finish off the bomb trolleys. So, to that end, kids, and this actually shouldn't be too hard or too time consuming, hopefully. I'll use liquid mask again. I'm a bit of a fan of liquid mask. I'm becoming a bit of a because it's got to be said, didn't do a bad job on the windows of these, so I'm quite happy to give it a whirl. I think a bit of refinement of technique is no bad thing. We're going to get that. Here we go. I'll show you. Yep. Now you can see how that's come up pretty clean. Not entirely unhappy with that as an outcome on the whole. But I think I can do better. The more I use it, more practice, all that sort of deal. More wheels. Oh, have I lost a wheel somewhere? I'll find it. Look at them all. Wheels. More wheels. At least these ones don't need masking though. Convenient. More wheels. I've got to do some. Got to take some mask off of that one, obviously. Ah, that would be the wheel. All right. Deary me, look at them all. However, actually, depending on how long this takes. Now first, let's get this stuff off here. Get our cardboard gone. The only thing I find to work with that if you want to keep it on the stuff on the sprue whilst using liquid mask, it can get a little tight. The joins are one. Don't Can't have everything, can you? I'd say all 5 of these need. Alright, there's then the others, just check that, just my application. Probably use a little more. We'll go over everything before, but yeah, I can see they need a bit more work. Even those that look like they don't. That's what I missed. These ones I can see probably just be a bad place. Yeah. Some parts of these are not, will still require some touch-ups, but that's okay. It won't take long. Most part, it's a nice clean job as far as clarity of colour and definition and all that sort of shit. Do job a little easier. That's a wheel for the. I wonder. I wonder. If all right, these are the wheels of the trellis. Stable, they're pretty stable. Happy with those. Happy with those. Happy with that. Happy with that. Good. But what I'm thinking, make my life a whole lot easier with a lot of these by just spend a bit more careful. Who would have thought, eh? Who would have thought the idea of being a bit more careful was not a bad one? Let's lose all. Okay, that's off. Over there, never mind. I'll work around those. Might be a toothpick with some blue tape. You do. These clearly need to be cleaned. That's going to make it a whole lot easier, and I'll get a better spray. All right. And there. One. Two. Right. Shall we? You know what I might also do? Because I reckon I might make myself life just a little bit easier again. Yeah, because that way I can get right into here. Here we go. Shit. Body shit must be dead. Paint from push this. There. Yeah. Put up. All right. That's that one. Fairly ready to rock and roll. We can just put the mask on the brown spots shortly. Next. Uh, can certainly go for another half an hour. Maybe a bit longer even. You guys got anything exciting happening for the remainder of your day? Although, yeah, you're in the evening. Well, you might. Yeah. I'm considering going to the zoo again. Depends a bit on what the weather's like. On the way back from the physio. A bit rainy today, so now we go. Oops. Getting there. Almost ready to start. Getting them fully set. I'll be stoked. Now, there's something I might want to consider with the Halifax and Dark Black. Do need to assess what colour I'm going to paint them. Bit. So, I'm going to do them Dark Black now is the time. Now, I'm thinking, I do sometimes, that be a suitable Once I finish the wheels, put in this gonna do. Pressure will come out. Do this sorted. Ooh. These four wheels are being a bit to me. But never. Let's get. All right. Last. I bet you it comes off anyway, based on the efforts of its little fins there. um, they're the all off the same vehicle, so that's well, doesn't say anything. But it's just, none of the other wheels have come off at all. I believe a utility standard tilly will come off. Go figure. Now, finally, well, finally, as far as this aspect of things goes, these ones. One, won't be unhappy to get all the unmasking done, I've got to say. Kind of funny that I'm actually getting myself over a whole stack more of it. I guess the other side of that equation is that at least I'll have my Okay. Well, at least it's a different wheel from the other four. Work out a, yeah, could be the old booter. Whatchamacallit, toothpick routine. Toothpicks and routine. Anything? Well, actually, there's quite a lot of that. Global piece. Cannot fix the climate issue. Pretty damn useful to be that. Now, yeah. This one. Bit of a look-see position. Here we go. So, get the stuff. Last two wheels, happily. Giving us water to remove. As always, at least when it comes, got a pretty easy option on. Wait a moment. There it is. Um, so, yeah. Here we go. Let me put the wheel. Look, I've got a whole stack coming off now, and you know. Oh what? The 8 toothpicks in operation. Is there anything bright light? Probably not. Doesn't matter. Works for me. All right. That's them done. Actually, that's going to be a good piece for sprue stretching. All righty. Now. Spitfire. Check, of course. Okay. Spitfire Mark 9C. Two more of these. Well, one of this particular kit had. I'm planning to build. I'll even show you on that one. Just quiet. Let's just sit over there. Time being, but moment. Maybe it's. Well, I've got one of these. Hang on. I've got two other AZ Mark 9Cs. I bet you they've got the same mechanism. Kind of curious to find out before I all this shit. Drop table later. Yeah. Give me a moment. There's one of them. Yeah, there it is. I've got two. Next, that this one. Ah, that's this one I got two of. Similar thing. I wonder if it's got the same mechanism. This kit, as opposed to. That's the one I'm building. That's another one I have. In fact, I have that one twice. Again, what on the strength of the 109 without having built one of the Spitfires. However, I'll show you why I got two of this. One's for this one, Gabi Gabreski. When he was flying for the Polish squadron of the RAF before he was flying his P-47. And this one, because as it says here, it was an aircraft that was later taken over by Johnny Johnson, given different insignia, but originally it was flown by this guy, obviously a Canadian dude. And yeah, so I'll get the Johnny Johnson one. Let's have a quick look see and see if it's got the same wing mechanism. Won't need to take the whole kit out to find out. Yeah, it does. I guess it's all fundamentally exactly. Yeah, funny that. Okay. Why? Let's just. Never mind. Annoying behaviour. For some reason, I had a sudden flash of the French Knight, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Uses King Arthur of his bent pants dropping behaviour. Yeah. All right, what I'm going to do, pop that over to there. Spitfire's travelling reasonably well. Now, this one pretty much sorted, didn't we? Sorted better. It wasn't too uncool. Position. So, here are the guns. perfect, but I reckon I'll do it. Gonna have to. All right, let's do it. It's the glue will run. I might, once I've gotten this on, want the stream because really, well, I'm asking questions. Cooperate as nice as cool. Well, we've got half of it on. Do I dare go the whole box and dice? Yeah, I do. Then I shall. Well, I'll give it a look. See. Hopefully it's as the other part. Nice. Well, will be. Now, the gunning. That's going to be perhaps a bigger issue. All right. Well, let's let the guns settle. Yeah. Yes. So we will. Right. Let's settle for a bit. Pretty happy with them overall. Yeah. All right. Do I feel game enough? No, I shouldn't. I should let the gun settle first. Right. Looking to, once I've got the actual correct colours painted on, that look kind of cool. What wheels? These are from the bomber resupply kit, so they're from an assortment of vehicles, in fact. These are the wheels from the motorbike. No, sorry, these are from the trellis. These wheels are on the portable trellis. These are the rear tractor wheels. Front ones, in fact, I know the front ones. These ones. These are from the bomb trolleys. Let me start getting down to, I'm pretty sure these are the Bedford truck. One's an oil bowser. I'll be able to identify them a bit more easily. Some are from an oil bowser and another's from what's called a standard Tilly, which is a utility truck. At the end of the day, they're from the bomber resupply kit. If you give me a moment. Boom. I got this just because of the resupply stuff, but as it would happen, it's just as well I got it, because in the final analysis, if you don't have that, you don't get the bombs for the Lancaster that I'm building. So I'll be doing some Lancaster work on Wednesday. But in the meantime, as I'm going to let those guns dry in position, and I ultimately I've got to be in the I've got about an hour. I will wind up the stream. Will I do? I should have time enough to airbrush the bottom of the spit today. The masking required for that is not that extensive. So maybe I'll do that. Anyway, but getting that onto there's a pretty easy job. So maybe I'll probably assemble the fuselage of the Halifax. Well, off camera. So yeah, these are the things, peeps. But in the meantime, let me just flick the light out. Seem to be getting a bit of a close up of my ever-friendly mug, you would. Now then, that's me done, guys. Thanks heaps for watching. Now, like I said, there's a few things I would like to attend to before tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day where I plan to work on the Spitfire and the Halifax. Wednesday, I will get onto the lake. But as far as the Spitfire goes, all I've really got to do is the undercoat. Now, that shouldn't take too well. The undercoat. Actually no. Oh my god! Forgot that something I do need to do, which is I do an aluminium coat over before I do the main coats. Almost forgot my aluminium coat. What am I thinking? So what I'll need to do is find a cockpit to mask up cover the cockpit and I will only the really early stages on the lank, mate. In fact, I can even show you where I'm most right. There's a couple of points to this. Oh dearie me, hang on. Bring you back in for a moment. What I've got from an assembly viewpoint, obviously I've got the, well, not obviously, I've got the Bombay position of the wing struts. But I've got a lot of painting done. For example, here we go. Start. Oh, Jesus. Let me get a bit of space going. Here we go. For example, what I do have also have done is base coats there, all these sorts of things. Ends of the here's something a bit of kind of pleased with how it's come up. That's the end of the wheelbase. Wheel struts. I've got that's the there you go. You can see I've got inside and done the radiators there. I've got a bit of chassis black there. Let's see. That's not. Here we go. Here's some more. Oops, the days. What have I done there? Here we go. Pilot's chair. The navigator's station. A lot of that sort of stuff. Pretty much all of that sort of stuff I've got done. So whilst I'm not that far down the track of assembly, I've got a lot done as far as the painting goes, which is always handy. Of course, there's a shitload of painting and detailing on 4-inch and heavy. That's what I did when I did the 24-hour stream. That was my big thing to do, was to detail the lank, and I got most of that done. I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you. But yeah, I'll be doing my next session on that will be on Wednesday. I do Wednesdays on the Lancaster. So yeah. Sunday mornings, that's here. On the Stag Hound, I'm doing a kit bash there to give it an interior. They give you the options on an open doors on the Stag Hound, but there's no engine and no interior. I'm going to snaffle some stuff out of a T34 kit and make it look pretty. And on Thursdays, I work on the bomber resupply kit. Now, once I've got the bomber resupply kit, I'll actually then start doing a USAAF one, because hopefully around that time I will also have completed the lank. The USAAF one comes with a Flying Fortress. Hello, Dolly. So we can all see where this is going, can't we now? Yes, I think we can. Alright, anyway, now with all that done, I'm going to finish with my usual spiel, which is to say, for any first-time viewers out there, magic button time. Follow, like, subscribe if you haven't hit it already. Go to the room of mirrors, have a good hard long look at yourself, then hit the button. Or hit the button, then go to the room of mirrors, whichever floats your boat. What can I tell you? Track me down on other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. Follow, like, or subscribe, kids. You know you want to. All right. Now, I will be back tomorrow for all the fun and games that modelling brings. And we will continue our work on the Spitfire and the Halifax. Catch you then, kids.